Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. There is a massive sense of expectation emanating from this part of Milan. The giant arena bearing the name of perhaps the finest player ever to don the famous black and blue jersey. It is simply a gorgeous, gorgeous sight. So we're up and running.
Clarence Seedorf is good enough to mix it up there with the best on the planet.
In practically every position.
Yeah, he can perform a whole number of roles in keeping with that Dutch trait of total football, and he can have the swaying influence here too.
Lovely, now then. Oh, he's caught him there, it's a free kick. Chouameni. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And he's intervened well there. Seedorf. And this is Shevchenko. Chiellini. And it's De Rossi. Kaká. Oh, that's fabulous. Kaká! He's delivered all right!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
And that is fabulous! A true beauty of a goal.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time, and he put it where very few can.
Inter Milan are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Now it's Neymar. Maldini. Seedorf. Schlotterbeck makes the interception. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
No, not quite on the same wavelength. Engages and forces him off the ball. Now it's Shevchenko. So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Seedorf. And the finish! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Inter Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Uruguay have the chance to go the other way. Rijkaard is the team's great visionary. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Aims beyond the defence. And this is Luis Suarez. Seedorf. Now it's Roberto Baggio. And that has been cut short. Rumo punts it upfield. And here's Kaká. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. Oh, that's a waste.
Well, that was just asking too much of himself from there.
Maldini does really well to win the ball there. Neymar. Seedorf. Well, that pass isn't the best. Tries to pass it through. It's Neymar! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
It's certainly a bold attempt, and there's nothing wrong with that. Shame he didn't work the keeper a bit more, though.
Seedorf cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
And that's a foul. A simple decision for the referee.
Uruguay couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
And this is Neymar. Can he finish? And he's heaved it away. Seedorf conjures time and space where few can. Gerrard is the guilty party there. The pass has gone astray. Now it's Luis Suarez. Tchouaméni gets across to intercept that. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's Kaká. Kaká will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. De Jong. Now it's Shevchenko. And this is Shevchenko. He's beaten the last man. Shevchenko! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Shevchenko very much knows he had to stick that away. You're not going to get many better chances.
Seedorf. The message is clear, none shall pass. Now it's Neymar.
Uruguay can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
Shevchenko. That's gone loose. Rijkaard. Neymar. Spread to the right. Now it's Gerrard. Maldini did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And that is expertly dealt with. And they've got rid. That is ended up in no man's land. Now that's well seen too.
Il quarto uomo indica 2 minuti di recupero.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Tchouaméni. Now Seedorf. Oh, well measured. No, that's been intercepted. And the referee has signalled for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Reflections on the first half?
Well, this is when you need your players to step up, Peter. Be brave, see all that courage. They need to have a big start to the second half to give them some momentum, and they're not going to get that if they're being too risk-averse.
Uruguay just ahead here in a tight game. They are 1-0 to the good. Gets us going once more.
Well, my advice would be to keep at it. If you're doing well, keep it going.
Puskas. Cannavaro is very much of the none-shall-pass school of defending. Now it's Neymar. Kaká. Luis Suarez. Chance, surely! Thuram clears without hesitation. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. And here's Kaká. Tchouaméni. And he's being shifted off it. Oh, nicely intercepted. De Jong. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Now it's Shevchenko. Roberto Baggio. Oh, that's clever. Chiellini. That has not gone well. And it's Seedorf. He is through here.
Oh, great feat, that.
Good read, needed to be. Baggio with an air of confidence about him, a certain swagger.
Well, I thought that run had balance and control.
It's Luis Suarez! And there's a goal! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Oh, super ball! And he shoots! Just cruising! They are cruising! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. They forced the error and oh no, what has happened here?
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Uruguay have scored 2 quick goals here. And this is Shevchenko.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Schlotterbeck with the foul. Oh, no messing about, it is red. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. And that's it. And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. The great team, the people's team. That is what Corinthians have come to be called over the years. And this, of course, is the ultimate sanctuary for those who only see black and white. We're up and running then.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively, but it used to be... Chance!
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. And it's Kovacic. And here's Mbappe. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Mbappe! Rijkaard. Oh, well played, well played. It's a pretty loose pass. He'll try from distance! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And that's been won straight back. Great vision, and he's in on goal. He's picked his way, goes for a shot! And no mistake. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! That really is quite fabulous, all his own doing.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing.
Tevez! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Corinthians with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And now a sudden chance to counter. That has not gone well. Kovacic is always scanning the pitch for targets. Now it's Neymar. Gerrard.
Uruguay really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Kaká. Can he spark a counter here? And this is... It's Neymar! Oh, that was no routine save.
Neymar clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Kaká. Gerrard. That is great defending, so alert. Tries to... Chance for a shot! And a neat finish! Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-mindedness.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
Oh, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. And this is Tevez. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Gerrard. That's going wide left. Neymar providing an outlet on that flank. Just about midway through the first half, and it has been an engaging watch.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Tevez proves just a little bit too strong. Koundé cuts it out. Cruyff looking to be a menace in the final third. Nicely weighted ball. Rumo claims comfortable.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Neymar. Great chance!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Uruguay are in need of a lift as we head up towards the break. Maldini. And it's Neymar. Oh, this looks sharp. Now it's Luis Suarez. And this is Neymar. Kaká. He's found a way through. That's good defending, very good defending. Koundé. Neymar, given the lift of his goal. Kovacic. And it's Rijkaard. Now it's Mbappe. And here's Cruyff. Kovacic. And here's Mbappe. Corinthians have a free kick. Well, that looks like a final warning, still no card.
Well, you either commit a foul and take one for the team, or just stand by and concede a potential goal. It's not a great choice, Peter, but I think I do the former in that position.
Kovacic! Oh, denied brilliantly!
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And this could be the final action of the first half. Great ball, and again! And that is indeed the final act. So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon.
Senhoras e senhores, observem no telão as informações sobre nosso serviço de ônibus fretado.
So off we go again.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Kovacic. And here's Tevez. Little pass back.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played.
Corinthians have their third corner. And it's Neymar. And this is Cruyff. That is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
Maldini. Threads one in. No, he's just misjudged that one.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
Oh, that's fabulous. He slings it in.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
Neymar. Maicon has given away a free kick. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Maldini. Now it's Neymar. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Cruyff. Cruyff going face-to-face with his great rival. And here's Suarez. And it's Kaka. And this is Neymar. Chance, surely! And he's really put himself on the line here. Suarez with the short one. Corinthians are looking to go forward now.
Substituição no time do Corinthians.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Camisa 7, camisa 20, deixando o campo para a entrada de camisa
Lovely pass, but can he get there?
Camisa 11,
O'Shea,
camisa
Neymar,
13,
cut it out.
substituição em andamento.
Uruguay still have the cards to affect this game. He is through here. Maldini. That pass has been well intercepted. And here's Cruyff. De Bruyne. Now, can they get him away? Oh, shoots! Just cruising! They are cruising! And they are disappearing out of sight! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Corinthians, palpably stronger, better, superior. Knocks it into space.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Koundé did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Out towards the flank. He's being urged to shoot. He's having a shot! Corner number 2 then. Suarez goes short. And it's Luis Suarez. And that's aimed into the towering header! Corinthians have the chance to go the other way. It's a promising position. Cruyff. Ambitious ball here. Neatly clipped into space. The Rossi spots it and intercepts. Rijkaard is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Shot a goal! Suarez might just make this. Neymar cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
He's shifting. Neymar! Oh, it's come off the upright. And he can thump it away. Oh, that is a good ball to find him. And he is dashing. Real chance! And he's stuck it away. They're back within reach. He made it happen. Squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking...
So that's it. It is all over. Uruguay were a team not short on effort, but ultimately they were found wanting when it mattered. That is simply... The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So off we go then. One of the most eagerly awaited games in football. It never lets us down. Now here is a true legend of the game. In fact, some still say, Jim, that he's the greatest number one there's ever been.
The mighty Gianluigi Buffon. Yeah, he might get my vote too, Peter. When you consider his consistency at the highest level. OK, he may not be as skillful with the ball at his feet as some of the younger contenders, but you certainly wouldn't want him lining up for the opposition. What a goalkeeper.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Aims beyond the defence. And it's Kaka. No, he's not played the ball, that's a foul. Cannavaro. Kaka. Kaka! Kaka! Nedved. Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Messi couldn't quite force his way through this time, but boy, he had a go at it.
Well, I appreciate the fact he's trying to make a difference, and if he carries on like that, he may well do.
Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Maldini is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. And this is Neymar. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. No goals as yet. Costa Curta. And here's Mbappe. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. That's an imaginative pass. Neymar's cross. And we have our very first corner. Costa Curta tries to clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, it's hit the post! Goal! Brazil! And Brazil take the lead. Schneider duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
Brazil have fired themselves in front.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
Now it's Neymar, looking to pass their way up the pitch. Schneider, Messi, nicely spread. And here's Schneider. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Can he get it through? That is a great pick out. And he's managed to get free. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Now it's Neymar. Tries to play it through. Threads one in. Messi. Schneider. Probing pass. And that is expertly dealt with. And there's his chance to lead the counter. And he cuts out the supply. Well, that has not gone well. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Great vision. Oh, that was vital. Kaka. Now it's Mbappe. Knocks it into space. Neatly clipped into space. Now, what about a counter-attack? Tries to pass it through. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Now it's Kaka. That has ended up in no man's land. Makaleli. Zambrotta. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Makaleli. Now it's Kaka.
Pretty robust defending.
It's run loose here. Out towards the flank. Donatoni. Now it's Luis Suarez. Costa Curta. Cannot be beaten that easily. Well, that is one way to stop him. Now it's Kaka. He's picked his way through. And for the first half, that is that. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Uruguay trailing by the tightest of margins at half-time.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
Well, it's been a proper derby so far, no doubt about that. Intense and utterly captivating. Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon.
Cambio en Uruguay. Número 20. Entrará al campo. Número 22.
The second period is underway.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Uruguay come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, we're certainly going to see a change in personnel. We'll see it.
Shapes to shoot! Corner number 2 then. Suarez with the short one. And he was alert to it. Brazil have the chance to go the other way. Michael. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Nicely weighted ball. Nedved. Now it's Mbappe. Looking to play him in. And he's picked it up out wide. He's found a way through. Skims one in. Maldini. Uruguay still trailing by 1 and looking here to take it up a notch after the break. He won't be happy with that one. Nedved looking for the run. Neymar. Now it's Luis Suarez. Can he get on the end of this? Now it's Kaká. He is through. He's having a shot! And again! Messi. Makaleli is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers.
That's positional goals, the utilisation of space.
Can he finish? Mbappe is magnificent! That is a gem! An absolute gem! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. That is a super smooth goal, beautiful manoeuvring of the ball, and splendid authority in the finish.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows.
There could be trouble here. He's got away. There's the shot! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
Well, it wasn't the best pass, was it? The apologetic look says it all, really. He knows he could have got his team in real trouble then.
Corner number 3 coming up. And it's been taken short. And now they can spring out of defence. Uruguay perhaps contemplating their next change here. Now, can they get him away? And this is Luis Suarez. Messi. Schneider. Pinches it off him. Gerrard. Well-timed, excellent interception. Now it's Luis Suarez. He's gone for goal! Oh, he gave that an almighty thump.
Well, the keeper looks perplexed. That was hit with real ferocity.
So we have movement on both benches.
Número 8, número 3, número 9, Luis Suárez.
Bruno Fernandes.
Número 14, número 7, número
Looking for
6,
options for movement.
cambio.
Oh, he's having a go! Lovely idea, just didn't get it right.
Mbappe certainly had to make his mind up quickly, and he rushed it.
Lampard, he has found the way through. Good read, needed to be. 75 minutes played. And it's Bellingham. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Bruno Fernandes. Great big chance! It's bounced back off the post. It's loose and there's a race for the ball.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Makaleli. Neymar. Now it's Mbappe. He's shifting through the gears here. Costa Curta spots it and intercepts. And he's intervened well there. Driven forward. And it's Bellingham. He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, that's fabulous. Real chance! Relentless